A few weeks ago, I posted a photo on Instagram that was a bit of a shock to some people, at least. It was even a shock to myself, truthfully. What that post was this. A new horse. Again. I know these videos are getting a bit redundant, but I promise it'll all make sense in the end. Like I said, I've moved to a new property. I know it's been months, but we're still filling up the barn, and I have a lot of plans for my career going forward, so I've been having to make some changes, whether it be horses and the way I do things, and that's why this came to be. This was no simple horse purchase, though. There is a lot of extremities and a lot of inconsistencies, and it ended up being kind of funny. In a way. I'd like to introduce you to Rian. She's an 8-year-old Danish warmblood mare. I absolutely love her to death. And I think it's even a little cooler when I tell you she is Rainley's half-sister. Now I know that is a big drop of info there, but I promise it'll make sense. If you've been keeping up with me lately, in my last vlog, I actually went and rode an Olympic horse that belonged to my friend Steven. Now this horse was named Dubai, and Dubai is Rainley's half-brother. I know we bully Rainley a lot and call him fat, but he does have really good lineage. He always has. It's just, he's a bit of a cross. He's half thoroughbred and he's half Danish warmblood, just like Rhiannon and Dubai are. After I rode Dubai a few weeks back, I made it pretty clear how much I loved Dubai and just his temperament, his breeding, how big he was. It was just a different experience on a horse like that, and I was hooked. Of course, my lovely buddy Steven had to catch on to that and let me know that he did have a few more of Rainley's siblings on his farm, and they were for sale. The siblings Steven had, though, were full Danish warmblood, so Rainley is the odd one out. Rhiannon was not the only horse I looked at, though. There was another horse there, a stallion named Cairo. I genuinely thought I was going to take Cairo home. Cairo was the first horse I got on. I didn't even know Rhiannon existed when I was on Cairo, and I was just convinced this was gonna be the one. So enter Cairo. Cairo is full Danish warmblood as well. He was a little older. He was 15 years old and had already established a pretty good career under him. Lots of Grand Prix, lots of invitationals, beautiful, big, black, stallion. I'm never one that leans towards black horses, and I'm never one that leans towards stallions, period. But he was just so beautiful, and I trusted what Steven was telling me, so I tried Cairo first. It was basically the same song and dance almost as it was with Dubai, and I was fairly impressed. Steven, of course, gave me a mini lesson again because he's a control freak, but he really let me do whatever I wanted, because if I was going to buy a horse of this caliber and spend this amount of money, I wanted some time to figure out the horse for myself. Cairo was big. He had a big step, he was a big horse, and he was very, very headstrong, very, very hyper, and a bit of a wackadoodle, to say the absolute least. I was warned that he was a lot of horse and I was going to be left behind if I did not have a good head on my shoulders or good core strength. On the flat, he was a great horse. I can't deny that at all. He moved beautifully, and I was told he did have a very, very, very extensive history in dressage and would basically take care of me in the dressage ring. But you know me, I like a little bit of a challenge, so I really tested that theory, and boy was I lied to. Maybe I wasn't lied to. Maybe I was just not... I guess I might have just been pressing buttons I wasn't supposed to press, and we ended up here. It wasn't that bad of a buck, it wasn't anything I couldn't handle, but you know, I definitely poked the bear here, and I feel like after that, our entire ride was a little sour. I know this channel is known for organized chaos, but this was a different level. I mean, it's one thing to piss off a little lesson barn horse that'll forgive you, it's another thing to really piss off an Olympic caliber show jumper, because they don't seem to forget it. They're like crows, it sticks with them. And this horse had a gripe with me the rest of our ride. I know horses are not capable of gripes, but we can pretend here because it sure did feel like that. Steven thought it was funny. I did not. For the life of me, I could not see a distance on Cairo for... I don't know. You could threaten to take my kidney out or hold me at gunpoint, and I still would not be able to find a distance on this horse no matter how much my life was being threatened. And honestly, I could not tell the difference between being held at gunpoint or finding a distance on Cairo. That's how bad it was, and this happened multiple times. I got extremely humbled when Steven decided to jump on Cairo and show me that Cairo was more than capable and I was just a hot mess in a saddle. But he reminded me that it was okay and that a lot of people, in fact, do not jive with Cairo and he needs a very specific rider. So I asked him why he put me on Cairo in the first place, and he just laughed in my face. Typical Steven, everybody. After that, he did let me know he had another horse for me to try, and this time it was a mare Rhiannon. I was iffy at first, not that I have an aversion to mares, that's horrible just to have an aversion to a horse because of its gender, as much as I love geldings. I just wasn't behind the fact that she was a liver chestnut, which I know again is not very nice to say. She was also kind of on the younger side too. I know 8 years old isn't that young, but for what I'm planning, this top secret plan that I have, I wanted a horse that was more established, so I could work on myself more than the horse, you know what I mean? But Steven assured me that despite being 8 years old, Rhiannon was extremely experienced and an old soul. She's beautiful, to say the least, and the second I sat on her, it was like fireworks. And I know that's so corny, it's so corny to say every horse is your heart horse, looking at certain YouTubers here. Don't worry, they're my friends, they think it's funny. But I don't know, something just felt different. On the flat, she was great to say the least, and I think Steven knew that because he really backed off and just watched instead of teached or taught. English here, hello. He really let me just do what I thought was right with Rhiannon, even though I was riding $100,000 worth of horse. I think he trusted Rhiannon enough to not let me break her, like I almost broke Cairo. Oops. She was extremely attentive and very, very eager to please me, which is never a bad thing when it comes to horses, I will tell you that. I don't know, it was just a very different kind of ride. Believe it or not, she's actually bigger than Cairo and Dubai. She is a very, very big girl. So her step was even bigger. She was so big, it almost looked like she was moving in slow motion, honestly. It was just an experience within itself, I gotta be honest with you. I did what I would usually do with any other horse, the same stuff I did with Rainley, the same things I did with Dubai, and the same things I did with Cairo, and Rhiannon really just wanted to do it for me. It was like puzzle pieces, kind of. Like, I was figuring out what worked, and she was like, oh, that works for you? I can make it work too. It was a good feeling. It was a great feeling. And it was just really working out, even over the smaller jumps. Like, I fumbled a few times, she picked me right back up. She tripped a few times, I picked her right back up. It was a team effort, and I really, really wanted that out of a horse other than Rainley or Gravy. I just want to show you, just look at it for yourself. Beautiful. Look how scopy she is, knees to nose. Absolutely stunning. I can't believe it. Honestly, I cannot believe it. It's actually unbelievable. I even tried a little combination with her, and you know how I feel about those, and we sailed right through it, and Steven was still saying nothing to me at all. I think he was just a little gobsmacked that I was not, like he has deemed me, a hot mess in a saddle for once, so eat that, Steven. I know you're watching this. Anyway, I was just astonished after my ride with Rhiannon, and I bought her on the spot. I know, I did. I bought her on the spot, and she was a bit of a late birthday present from my husband, so that was nice. Not that he's happy about it. She was a present nonetheless, so thank you, Wade. Thank you for that. It's been about a week since Rhiannon has been here at Fawn Lake, and she's gotten along really well with all the other horses, Gravy especially, which is a good thing because my plan here also includes Gravy. A lot of you have been asking about him, and I figured it's time to give him more of a spotlight, and Rhiannon is going to be in the spotlight with him. Why that is, I will not be telling you. That is for future videos to come, but I don't know. I'm pretty happy. I hope you're happy. And it's nice to finally have another mare in the mix. The only other mare I have as a personal horse is Sahara, so I have 2 boys and 2 girls. Ideal to me, if you ask. I think that's perfect. It's a healthy balance, and they all are capable of different things. Dare I say Rainley is a project horse at this point. I know that's horrible, but it's almost like it's true. Gravy's the all-rounder, Sahara's the dressage hunter girl, and Rhiannon is just a frog in a horse's body. So that's where we are with that. Thank you so much for watching this week. Let me know what you think about Rhea. I mean, she's pretty. I'm gonna hope you like her. And let me know if any of you are interested in Cairo, because Steven said I have full permission to sell her to one of you guys. So let me know how you feel about that. Sale video might be coming soon. Believe it or not. I know. Crazy. Anyway, I will see you guys next week at JEFI. I know, so excited. And then the week after that, we're gonna do a little meet my horses kind of video. And maybe a Q&A. So I will see you then. Alright, thank you so much for watching.